black man is so far inferior, he has no rights which the white man is bound to respect. What if I told you there was a time when the Supreme Court ruled that black people, enslaved or free, could never be U.S. citizens? That's exactly what happened in the 1857 case Dred Scott v. Sandford. This decision didn't just deny Scott his freedom, it cemented racial oppression into law, reinforced slavery's grip on America, and pushed the nation toward civil war. In 1819, after acquiring vast land from the Louisiana Purchase thanks to the Haitian Revolution, the U.S. fiercely debated whether new territories would allow slavery. The Missouri Compromise attempted to settle the issue, making Missouri a slave state while banning slavery north of what became the Mason-Dixon line. Dred Scott, born into slavery around 1799, was owned by Dr. John Emerson, a U.S. Army surgeon who took Scott with him to free states, including Illinois and Wisconsin. When Emerson died, Scott sued for his and his wife's freedom, arguing that having lived in free states, he should remain free under Missouri's once free, always free doctrine. Though he initially won, the decision was overturned, and he took his case to the Supreme Court. And what is widely considered the worst Supreme Court decision in U.S. history, Chief Justice Roger Taney ruled that black people were not U.S. citizens and had no right to sue in federal court, and declared the Missouri Compromise was unconstitutional and that Congress had no power to limit slavery anywhere in the country. And there, the famous line read, "The black man is so far inferior, he has no rights to which the white man is bound to respect." He even declared that the Declaration of Independence's famous line, "All men are created equal," was never meant to include black people. But it is too clear for dispute that the enslaved African race were not intended to be included and formed no part of the people who framed and adopted this declaration. The North was outraged, not over the morality of slavery, but because the ruling gave the South greater political and economic control over the Union. Abraham Lincoln leveraged this case to propel himself to the presidency in 1860, a move that Southern states saw as a direct threat. The decision also fueled the rise of the anti-slavery Republican Party and, many argue, helped ignite the Civil War. This decision shaped immigration policy for years. If black people weren't citizens by virtue of their race, what did that mean for immigrants? Many sought to prove their worth by aligning with whiteness, fueling tensions between black communities and other minorities, tensions that still persist today. The Dred Scott ruling made one thing clear: black people were not considered citizens worthy of constitutional rights or protections, even after centuries of building this nation. And for a people who quite literally carried this country on their backs, that was the ultimate betrayal. In Part 2, we'll explore how the 14th Amendment overturned Dred Scott, securing birthright citizenship, and how black activism led to the 13th and 15th Amendments, slowly chipping away at the Scott ruling's devastating impact.